Previously on Chats with the Ndlovus.
And there were a few prospects, and for me, when I met Rita,
What is your take on Lobola / Magadi, and how do you find the balance between tradition and your faith?
So it's a linked question or just two separate questions? It's linked, I guess.
It's linked, yeah.
Thank you.
Pay, yeah? There's nowhere to run, you pay.
You run to Jesus.
Okay, I think it is necessary because even in the Bible we can see Abraham he sent a servant to go and marry a wife for his son. I think it is important because they went with gift, they went to offer stuff. That's the reason why I think Lobola is important.
I think for us, what we learned through the Lobola process is that every culture is different, and I think for our cultures, more especially African cultures, Lobola is there to sort of like play a part in bringing the family together. So the most important thing there, it's not the money that you have to pay or the or the
blankets.
and the blankets and all those stuff.
And all the cows.
It's more, I think the most important thing there that stood out, even in the payments and everything, is just that it was a platform to facilitate the families coming together.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well, I'd speak on it more on a cultural point of view more than biblical, because I haven't done a deep dive biblical point of view in terms of what the Bible says on Lobola. Because people can argue for and against using the Bible.
Yeah.
So for me, I can't. When you ask me if the Bible says so, I'm like, there's a lot of things that you do that isn't necessarily, said in the Bible, and the stuff that are in the Bible that you shouldn't do. It's just descriptive. Do you know what I mean? So, but for us, it was important because of the cultural, honoring the cultural dynamics, I suppose, but also bringing together the two families. Because prior to the 24th of November, like my family didn't know his family didn't know mine. We're from two different countries. So it facilitated really the two families coming together. And so that is what I guess I honor about the Lobola negotiations. You pray though.
Yeah.
Definitely pray. Because a lot can go wrong.
Yeah, but nothing would go wrong if you have money.
I think also it's also to be wary, like different cultures or different tribes, different African cultures do it differently. So when we're talking about rituals as opposed to the process of Lobola, so what we would question or be wary about is the rituals and if
Symbolism of it.
yeah, symbolism, and are you being asked to drink the blood of a goat?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, I think in most cultures there's a distinctive between rituals and the Lobola part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's sort of like that this is
Yeah.
this they call the names of some
Of
something.
the ancestors.
so that
Yeah. I think.
If I just have to add something. Lobola actually comes from a culture. It's like every culture has an ID. And when two families from different culture comes together, is to learn from each other's culture also. Because that's one of the things that I learned when we paid for my wife. We learned a lot that I done in that we didn't know that I did and all that, but that actually it helped me to know more about, because sometimes they actually tell, okay, this is for in my side what they did, how can I say it? I'm put it in word. They explained to us as men as we were how the family and at least I know that this is the uncle, and this uncle is coming from here, from there, and this is the way they do things, and the reason why they are doing that. Yeah, it's not, maybe you can look at it as because of the money that come out. I know out there is people who go beyond what needs to be done for Lobola, but it's more about the relationship with the two families, to get to know each other, they won't click at the first time, but at least to learn about each other's culture, and yeah, because it's two cultures coming together.
Yeah, and they will click on the money there.
Okay.
Money thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a great reward.
Yes. Okay. Last. Well, for me, I feel like Lobola is necessary because of the honor that it brings for the man and the honor that it brings for the woman, right? I feel like when I say it's necessary, I don't feel it's necessary to charge someone like 100,000 or millions. You know what I mean? Like some cultures just go overboard, like, you know. I feel like the original intent was honor, you know, and to a Thanksgiving offering, basically, to say, well, okay, no, we receive your daughter, and as a token of our appreciation, this is what we can give. So I feel like it's necessary, because it also, you know, I feel like, yes, my husband did the things, you know. I feel esteemed, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel esteemed that, you know, my husband put in work, you know, he sweated, and, you know, he
was
worked
at that gate at 4 a.m.
making the fires, you know. So it brings
fire.
It brings a certain honor. There's a certain honor to it when there's a certain honor to it when greed isn't involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my thing. Yeah.
Oh, and just another thing. I think we've distorted. I think our wokeness in our generation has distorted a lot of things, because a lot of, I don't know, I'm not sure about the context here, but where I come from, like the Lobola debate is ongoing. Like, no, I don't want to be bored. Ownership, all of those things where we've interpreted, sorry. African culture through our Western lens, and it's now caused confusion, and it's taken out, like what Rita was saying, the real intent or the honor it's meant to bring both to the families, but also to the people getting married. So go do your research, and I think also sit down with your family if you're uncomfortable about it, and talk to them about it. Be on the same page, like I was saying, even pray through it and come to an understanding with your family. But I think just to look at it blindly or interpret it through wokeness or the Western worldview it's not going to do you any good.
Yeah. And like, honestly speaking, guys, I feel like I feel like I really, really, really enjoyed the Magadi process. I really felt so special that like all these women and all these men have come here so early in the morning to come and honor my husband and I, you know what I mean? I just felt so special. Like, it was just such a beautiful experience. Not to say the white wedding wasn't a beautiful experience, but it was just so
intimate.
Yeah.
It was better than the white wedding.
I was a foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The white wedding was so nice, but it was just more. Yeah. So. Yeah, man. Okay. How do you handle finances as couples? Same bank account. Full transparency. Basically, yeah. How do you handle finances? Do you agree on what expenses each other covers, and other spending details are private, like pocket money, you just spend it on whatever you want, you don't consult your spouse? Do you have a joint bank account so that all your money is in one place? Yeah. So There's a question, guys.
If you don't have a lot of money,
What?
the question is not relevant because all you have is what you get for a month, and you can you use it to
Too expensive to open another account.
too expensive to have another account, and also, I mean, the moment the money comes, you know exactly where it's going. So I mean, maybe in 2 years from now, when you have a lot of money, that's when you start. I mean, for where we are at currently, yeah, all that we have or all that we get has to go somewhere, and yeah, whether it's coming from her account or my account, the moment it comes together, it just disappears.
Okay, so for us,
Okay, I just wanted to say though that for me, I mean for us, as we agreed before even getting married, having different accounts or having one account, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you must see it as if it's only one basket.
Yes.
It's only one basket.
Yeah.
You know that that she's getting this amount, I'm getting this amount. At the end of the month, we know in the basket we have this.
Yes.
And now we can budget from there.
yes,
Yeah.
perfectly said.
Perfect.
There's no my money. This is my money. No.
Yeah.
We cancel that spirit in the name of Jesus. You know, so basically like what BT said, for us, it's a thing of, yes, we have different streams of income. You can see that through our different jobs kind of thing. But when the money is there, it's our joint money, and then we budget, and we also have our pocket money, and with the pocket money, you can basically spend it on what you want. Like you don't really have to account for it, like how you spend it, especially because it is your pocket money, so you can enjoy it how you want, buy something, eat out, whatever. But yeah, the general thing is one basket budget for the month. If finances allow for like extra stuff like pocket monies and that kind of stuff, then that's great.
I will say though that marriage is such an interesting thing because you have two different people coming together who have two different philosophies of money or whatever, right? So like I'm a spender, right? So what I've been learning in marriage is that it's not just about you. Like I think I don't know. But
Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, the
So
dynamics.
so you can't just spend the way you want. I can't just decide I'm gonna, I don't know, I want us to eat KFC every single day. No.
Yeah.
Luckily there's a wiser one, You'll be like, okay, how about we eat KFC?
I think that's why the pocket money thing helps. Like I'm saying, when finances allow, so that you know that if you're a spender, right, my pocket money is 300 for the month. What I do with it, when my 300 is finished, it's finished. And obviously I'm not talking like necessities like food, toiletries, or you know what I mean. I'm talking luxuries. So it can kind of help you still be able to spend it, but know that okay, this is my limit. And
So they've been married for how long?
a year and
6 months.
something like
A year and let's say a year and 6 months. So I think they've had a longer time of like figuring this finance thing out. They've been married for
A month.
a month.
few
I'm doing a month and a few weeks. We've been married for 2 months and a few
2 weeks.
2 months and a few weeks. So we're all just figuring out, I guess.
Like, and with the, like how Nita was saying, being a spender, you can't just spend how you want. If you are a saver, you can't just save how you want. Because there are some people who they don't want to spend one
that.
penny.
Oh yeah.
So it's both ways. You can't just be like, we're not buying KFC, we're never buying this, whenever we're saving till we die.
Yeah.
So it's both ways. If you are a miser, you don't want to spend. There it is, I said so. I was trying not to.
AKA
If you're a miser, you have to also compromise and spend a bit. If you're a spender, you have to miser a bit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, someone asked, what have you learned about your spouse that you weren't alerted about? Like, let's say, for example, when you were still single, you were given advice by married women, hey, look out for this, what, or what have you learned about your spouse where you were just like, what? But yeah, what have you learned about your spouse where it's like, I wasn't expecting that, or, oh, okay, they're like that. Yep.
Okay, so what Rita said to me was, Nita, when I married the Isaac that I knew when I was dating and the Isaac that I know now, trust me, you don't know married BT. And she's like, Nita, you do not know married BT. He's holding back, he's guarding. Basically, it was a conversation on purity
and wedding night stuff.
Wedding night, because of how not maybe or strict. Yes, that's the word. Strict he was with our purity while we were dating. And even though I was also like pursuing purity, but strict, like, you know, like if I'm out of line, like if I want to do this, it's a no-go. And so I was wondering, will it change, right? And Rita said to me, you don't know married BT. So what I learned, guys, is that people can relax. You don't know.
Hey, that's
People can relax.
Dynamite, you don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know, we'll leave it there. But something which I was like, before we got married, I think you had I noticed you have a strong personality, and I wasn't sure how we're gonna like do chores in the house. You know, I wasn't sure if you like I cook 3 times or you cook 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So for me, when we got married and I saw that side of you where it wasn't like an issue for you, you know, because I think I saw you as this career-driven woman who, you know, to get you to cook pap for me, hey, it can be a mission. But it wasn't the case. I was like, oh, married Rita, okay. Cook pap. She's holding down the fort. Let me see where I can hold down the fort, you know? So that was something which I was like, okay, that's cool.
Ladies, cook up!
I think for me also it's just the extent of the service that married Annalisa would give. I mean, before, because we are not staying together and all those stuff, and you don't know who's doing what.
So for me, I think what I didn't know about, that I didn't see in the full extent about boyfriend Isaac and husband Isaac. He's very hands-on. Like, he's a hands-on husband, he's a hands-on dad. So that's what I learned in marriage, is that he's very hands-on. And I like it because I guess I didn't realize that that's a quality that I wanted in a husband. Someone who's hands-on, not where it's like, okay, do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. You know, like, I like that.
I learned about myself because of you, which I didn't know about myself. I'm like, ooh, really? Is that I'm very protective. I didn't know I was protective.
Yeah.
But now having a wife and having a kid, that's where you see all the might get sorted out. Then I'll ask for forgiveness later.
You know? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
true.